finally back home. Got to go to Chicago to hang out with my friends, had some laughs, and got a sweet gift on my Christmas trip.
Love. Oh, my back.
Oh, pardon me. Our Christmas trip.
What?
Our Christmas trip. Didn't you have fun?
Oh yeah, I would definitely call that a fun, welcome change of pace for us. Well, technically, we've done this before, but it was still cool and good. Now that we've made our return, would now be a good time to ask what was the deal with that ball me and my pals got?
Of course, we have the time for that. Besides, if there's a why, there's a how. But for me to properly explain this to you, we're gonna have to go back to the beginning to see where the cracks started to show. That's right, we're gonna have to go back to the beginning to see where the cracks started to show.
Who are you talking to?
That's not important. Anyway, flashback time! Fellas, that's a bit too far back.
Oh, whoops.
It is admittedly hard to navigate a catalog as big as this one.
This one good.
Yeah, those ones are fine. Okay. Now, as you may know, for years, I've been designing you guys based off that of Samjo's characters, mostly because those were the designs I was the most familiar with at the time, and for a while, it worked. Things were looking good for me. I became successful with video production, and people started recognizing me for my work. Most of my videos I've made with you guys turned out exceptionally well. Well, at first glance at the time anyway. But then, as I progressed on, I started to notice some things. How, even though I was getting attention through doing my own thing, you guys were still modeled after SJ's people. Even to the point where I was using models of his characters that weren't even mine, and y'all were assuming their identities. I was beginning to feel a bit self-conscious about this. I felt like at some point, someone was bound to call me a budget Samjo.
Wait, isn't one of your friends basically doing a similar thing that you described with those characters?
That's besides the point. Essentially, I was tired of being someone I wasn't, solely based on visuals alone. So, what ended up happening was, I spent months working on and testing new looks for your models. It took a lot of trial and error to get something that I thought looked good. And once I was satisfied with my results, I converted them into a specially made ball of energy, which unleashed some code I made that changed you guys' looks to the one I designed upon opening it. I then took you specifically to show what I can be if I really tried. You know, when I started out, I was expecting an audience to appreciate me for the work I put out for them to see, but you know what I got? Comparisons left and right. I was just a little guy back then in the sidelines. I'm sure I had a lot in me, but I just never bothered to show it earlier. So I'm keeping that model data to remind me never to go back. But I never expected that his world would find a way into mine.
Wow, that must be a lot to let out.
Believe me when I say it is.
You want to talk about how you feel? Because I'm here if you need to.
No, I think you've heard enough. Come in.
Hey, you awake?
Well, you knocked on my door, so yeah. What's up?
Well, I was thinking about all that you said yesterday, so I thought I'd do something to try and cheer you up. You up to try?
Sure. I guess I can give it a look-see.
Great. This way.
Don't know what good it'll do, though. So, what's this thing that you've done anyway?
Well, do you want to play? Test me out.
What?
Well, you see, Mike helped me out in setting this up, and it was actually pretty easy for us. As for your involvement, we want you to test the knowledge of me, Mike, Mary, Anna, and Scotty, so you can see for yourself if we really are how you made us. You up to it?
Alright. Sure. I can do this for y'all.
Sweet. Then let's get moving.
Alright, fellas and lady fellas. Let's see what you're made of. Round 1. Likes and dislikes. Tell me something that you enjoy doing in your spare time. Go!
Eating tacos, highway cookies, and reading random funny stuff.
Ordering good pizza and performing technical activities like programming or coding.
Cooking food and enjoying the art of it. Discovering relics of the past, like Windows Vista, to name a few.
Bettering myself as a person and eating sandwiches.
Hold up on that last one. What kind of sandwiches?
Whichever one sounds the most delicious to me. I do like having BLTs or club sandwiches if the place I'm at has them. Grilled cheeses and burgers are good too. But deli sandwiches, no. Tasty.
I like a fella with an expansive taste palette. Next up, tell me something that you can't stand whenever it comes up. Hit me!
Having my time wasted or dealing with people who lack a brain cell or two in interactions.
Having my voice being made fun of for being feminine, and finding out I made an error in an observation or calculation.
Seeing things in a disorganized fashion and being seen as the cute and soft one all the time. People who don't appreciate the past and the cool things it brought us and seeing my cherished ones in peril.
Getting the short end of the stick by everyone around me because of my actions whenever they have the chance.
Yep, those definitely are some things to be disgruntled about.
Next round.
Round 2. Stereotypes. These are cliche jokes or traits about you guys that more often than not find their way into that version of your character. Sam hates any OS that isn't Windows XP.
Hate is a strong word, you know that, right? Yep, I do indeed have a preference for XP because of its stability and how easy and fun it is to use and understand, but I did enjoy the features that 7 had to offer. Plus, 98 was cool, and 2000 was my home, so I gotta respect it. 10 and 11 are. Okay, 8 wasn't the best, and Vista. Well, I tried to use it a couple times through VMware, but I don't think I had the right stats on that thing. It even crashed when I tried to play solitaire one time.
Well, that's pretty stupid.
It kinda is, but it could have been worse. But next up, has a short temper and will rage at anything and fire anyone.
Clearly, what those other Sams lack is this critical element called a sense of humor. Yep, being interrupted while you're on the job is annoying, but you don't have to take to those extremes. And someone messes up once in a session, and they throw them out. Why? Now that is some prime stupidity right there.
Those are some strong emotions. Good to know more robots have them now. Last up, no one else in the world matters but themselves.
Those guys are so full of themselves. Like, there's more to life than just thinking about you and only you. If that doesn't scream inflated ego to you, then I don't know what does.
I could definitely pull one example if I could. Okay, that green bot. This one's a no-brainer. Mike talks like a lady.
Oh please, and your fuel. It was probably funny at first, but many, many more times, plugging a charger into yourself without a brick sounds more fun.
That's a fate no robot would willingly decide to choose.
Doesn't mean I'd actually do it.
Good. Next, Sam calls you something and wants to make it stick.
Well, I guess that kinda ties in with the last one, and the Sims who do such acts are just tryhards wasting effort on that.
Yep, you said it, bro.
Yeah, stick it to the man. Okay, next 3 may be shorter since there's not as much to go off of. Mary, mostly seen as the girl character, or doesn't like to go on as many adventures.
Well, if they don't want a piece of the action, that's on them. But I'd be happy to try and take on the adventures every once in a while and be seen past my own identity. And side note, we're not living in the 90s anymore.
Anna, being portrayed as an antagonist for the other characters.
I mean, I guess that has something to do with Vista not having the smoothest start, so people thought they could translate that into a character archetype or something. I think I recall there being 2 versions of me, the bad one becoming Linux Anna, and the good one becoming, well, me.
Scotty, being nothing more than a bologna sandwich loving doofus that can and will mess up anything.
Talk about being dunderby. Maybe it's the addiction to that one type of sandwich that reduces their IQ, thus making them more prone to mistakes or faults. But still, what a waste of potential you know you have.
Quite the talkers, aren't y'all? I like it. Alright.
Final round.
Round 3. Interactive actions. I'll take the initiative and try to reenact scenarios other versions of you guys can be seen in and see if you respond differently. Let the acting of such scenarios commence.
Hey, these attempts are funny and all, but do you think you could try and get it right?
Okay, sure, I'll try my best.
sweet. When survival.
Hey Mike, wanna know something?
Sure. What?
You talk like a
Lad?
lady.
Why yes, quite the lad I am, eh?
No, I'm saying you sound like a
Great man with a load of charisma. Yeah, I do consider myself to be a fairly likable man.
Oh, you're good. Mary, what do you think of Sam and or Mike?
I like them both. Sam's got some funny humor up his sleeve, and Mike's one for great plans for the day.
Do you like them beyond brothers though?
Not really. Don't see much of a reason to anyway. Got anything else to ask?
Yes, actually. Did you know that you've been called a man?
Why yes I did. Makes me sound and feel more capable, while also reminding people to take me seriously.
Surrender, Microsoft Anna, for I have Microsoft Sam in my grasp.
Not if I have anything to say about it. And I do. You'll be no match for me. Take this.
Ha! Nice moves. Okay, Scotty, I want us to make the studio twice as big as it is now, so we can have room for more roof. And we ought to give it a front while we're at it. So, let's get planning. Get that camera out of my face.
Oops. My mistake.
Wow, I'm impressed at how well you guys turned out. Quite a chip off the old block I've become.
Exactly, as we hoped. And all it took was for you to finally give us an identity of our own, us making us feel different, while still retaining staple and important details.
I can definitely see that for myself. But, Sam, I was wrong to make everything I've done feel as derivative as they turned out. I just don't want the future to only be more of what I took.
Well, such is life. We change every single day of our lives.
Plus, change is nature.
The part that we can influence, and it starts
When we decide